Welcome student, welcome to our channel Rise and Shine, and we are in dealing with the video series on Java programming, and this is the 8th session in this video series, which again deals with classes and object, which is the second part of previous 7th lecture. In that 7th lecture, theoretically we have seen how to create the classes, how to add the variables, how to add a method, how to create the object of that class. That is, what do you mean by reference and what do you mean by object, how object is created. And then we have seen how to access that variable and the methods within a class. Also, we have seen how to do the modular programming. That is, write the, if your application contains the n number of classes, write the classes separately in separate file. So whatever we have seen in video number 7 theoretically, in this video number 8 we are going to see all that thing practically. So in this session I will show you how to add classes and objects practically using Eclipse IDE in Java programming. So shift to the Eclipse IDE. So this is Eclipse IDE. We already seen how to install the Eclipse in our previous video, so kindly refer that video. So this is Eclipse IDE. This is our project explorer. So how to create your Java project? Simply go to create a project, then it will ask you the Java project. Select Java project, then next, then give your project name. Suppose this is video 8, so Java video 8 is my project name, and I'm using JDK, which is already installed on my machine. And here I'm not doing any, I'm not changing any default setting, and simply says here finish. So it will ask you create a module. For time being, say don't create. See here, one project folder get created in Project Explorer, or one workspace get created in my Project Explorer window Eclipse. Simply right click on that video 8, go here new and add new class. So it will ask you the source folder is by default Java video 8, and the source SRC package is by default Java video 8. So don't bother about these things. Simply give here the your file name or the class name. My class name is employee, suppose. Employee. So it is a public class. Yes, it is public class. It contains public static void main. No, it does not contain any public static void mode. What is this super class? Whether it is abstract, final, don't bother. Simply give your employee as your the class name, or employee dot Java as your class name. Do not disturb any default setting and see a finish. So here employee.java is created. See, package is by default Java video 8. Employee one class is created for you. Again video 8 is created. So here write your class. So how we have seen in last session, the access specifier, then the type, string, public string, suppose name, public string name, access specifier, public string address, then public int eno public double salary, and suppose this is annual salary of employee. This is the annual salary of employee. So in this way we are adding the variables or the fields to the class. We already seen in this video session or in previous video. Next, how to add a method. Suppose we want to compute the monthly salary of this employee, which is having name, address, ENO, and salary as a fields, and we added the field successfully. That is the access specifier, data type of that field, and field name, which is any valid identifier such as name, address, ENO, and salary. Now, how to calculate the monthly salary of this employee? Simply create a method. And how? Whenever we are creating a method, we have to again give the access specifier, public, the return type of method, double, then the method name, public double, suppose compute pay. Observe here how I am giving the method name. I am using the Java naming convention always. Java is giving the name to their predefined method as the first word, first letter small, next word first letter capital. So while you are writing method, you also follow the Java naming conventions so that you are familiar with the case sensitive nature of Java. Here, suppose I am declaring one variable, double monthly pay, double monthly pay, it contains the business logic to compute the monthly pay. Monthly pay equal to salary divided by 12, and then return monthly pay variable. So this is my method and my class is completed. Now every Java file contains only one public class. Every Java file contains only one public class. I can write the main method in this class also, but which is not a modular programming. Syntactically it will correct and it will run my employee.java, or successfully I will compile employee.java, but always follow modular programming. So always create the again another file in this folder, go to new class, and now you give the file name as employee demo. Again, see here how I am giving the name employee demo.java. First letter of my every word is capital, and which is again public, and now it contains the main method. And see here, just finish. So one more file get added, which is in the same package. Again, it is public class employee demo. Some Eclipse is adding some comment, auto generated comment. Delete it. I don't want that comment. And here, create the reference and object of that employee class. employee E1, comma E2. So whenever such a statement is there, object is not created in Java. Just reference to the objects are created, which points to my actual objects. And how object is created? Explicitly you have to write E1 equal to new employee. Now, when such a statement is there, actual object is created in the memory. So this is the difference between C++ and Java. And now using this E1, you can access the, see, whenever I'm saying E1 and dot, now everything is available from that employee class to me. Suppose I want to access E1, ENO equal to 101, which is a employee number, or E1 dot name, which is of string type. So we have to give the value in double quotes. Suppose Ravi Patki, give semicolon. Again, suppose E1 dot address, simply space the space bar, equal to, it is again a string type. So suppose it is D102 Pune. So you can give in this way E1. So in this way you can access the instance variable, or I can access one more variable, which is address, but the annual salary I can simply say E1 dot and salary, which is double type. Suppose salary is 10,000. So in this way you can access the variables of your employee class. Now how to access the methods? Suppose I want to print the monthly salary of my employee. So system dot out dot println monthly salary of employee equal to, and I want to display that salary. Simply here E1 dot and compute pay, which calculate the monthly salary of my employee. Sorry, Java is case sensitive. Be careful. No spelling mistakes. Println. So in this way, the things are created. For time being, I'm deleting this E2. Just E1 is created. And now, save this whole application. Save all. And go to this run button. Run as a Java application. So it will take some time. And see here, the monthly salary of an employee, it is calculated as a double. So here just I have calculated monthly salary. Suppose you want to calculate, you want to display the output in formatted manner. Again go to this class here, create again another object. Now you can combine whole thing in one statement also. Employee, suppose E2 equal to new employee, and here you can write, I'll copy paste the thing. Suppose I'm changing the thing. Employee name is, and I'm concatenating it with E1 dot name, then first I'm initializing all the E2 things. E2 dot ENO equal to 102. E2 dot name equal to Sachin C, give double quotes, semicolon. E2 dot address equal to suppose Vajinagar, Pune, and E2 dot salary or annual salary equal to suppose 20,000 rupees. Dot salary, don't do the print mistake, typo mistakes. Now I want a formatted output, so I'm writing some SOP statements here. Employee name is, employee address is, E1 dot address, and then sorry, now it is not E1, E2, and again I want to compute the salary. Before that I'm displaying the employee number also. System dot println, simply change here ENO is E2 dot E2 dot ENO. If you are getting confused, here I am writing employee number is ENO. So my output is now formatted one. Again, save everything. Go to run employee demo. Run as Java application. And see here, the output is again employee number 102 Sachin C, Shivajinagar, and here again I am using E1, so it is showing the same So go here. So it is executing for E1 only. So E2 dot compute pay. Again save, and I want one extra line between the output. So I will write here one more SOP statement. So that there is separation between employee 1 and employee 2. Again save everything. So see here. So this is the output of our program. So in this way, you can use the two files to create two separate classes. First, we have created the employee class. So I will maximize it for you. So I have created one employee class, and I added some variables, and I added one method to that class, and then I have closed my class. This is the end of class, and here the file name and the class name is saved. Then I have written one another class. Such a classes are called as client classes, which contains the main method, employee demo, and then the main method, which is entry point. One reference is created, object is initialized to that reference, instance variables are initialized, and method is called using the dot operator. Then I have combined done the things. E2 is created, again E2 instance variables are initialized, and then some formatted output, and here I have called the method E2 dot compute pay. So always while you are creating the application, write one class in a one file, and every Java file contains the only one public class, and file name should be same as that public class name. What is public, private, protected? We will see in upcoming session. So till then, we will consider everything as a public in Java. So hope guys, this video is useful for you. So kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel Rise and Shine, which have the videos from KG to PG and from simple stotras to syntax. So keep watching, keep learning. Till then,